What's going on YouTube, man? It's your boy, the Raw Gaming. Well, I'll wrap it up for you. I'll sugarcoat it for you. I'm just going to get that shit to you raw, man. In today's video, we're going to talk about testing grounds. If you don't know, the testing grounds have implemented dodge changes as well as dodging while blocking for certain heroes. And then on top of that, the big one is they changed how you punish the dodge attacks. Whether it's a heavy or a light, it's always going to be guaranteed a light parry. There's a lot of mixed reviews around the community, so I thought I'd just give my little 2 cents in on it, man. I've actually played the testing rounds, and just a couple things that I'm hearing out there. Some people saying it's not going to do much. It's not going to stop people from, doing dodge attacks, and people are still going to do what they want to do. People are still going to just dodge randomly out of chains and combos, out of mix-ups, and they're just going to do dodge attacks and be doing it. And I do agree. I agree to that to an extent. After actually playing the testing grounds for the past 2 days now, I played about an hour and a half. I really tried to get as many reps, as many matches in as possible, so I can get quite a few different players, so I can maximize how many play styles I'm running against. And I think actually out of the 2 days I played, I've only gotten 3 parries for the dodge attacks. Not because I missed the attacks, but because people simply aren't throwing them. That's what it is. People simply are not throwing them. And it's not that, people aren't playing heroes that have them. They're playing heroes that have them. Because if I'm not mistaken, every single hero in the game has some kind of dodge attack, something. I mean, Ward has a dodge bash, but everybody has some kind of, dodge attack of some sort, as you can see in the clip right here. The various clips I post, a lot of these guys have dodge attacks now. So I'm not seeing these guys throw them. So it's kind of like, oh, all right, well, I guess that kind of solved the issue of the dodge spamming. But I don't think that that's what they were going for. I personally think they were going for people to not just use them whenever they want to use them. I think they were trying to get it where it was to a point where, you can't just do it whenever you want. There's going to be some kind of repercussions behind it. And my thing is, I personally think it's a good change. I like it. I like it because because I know a lot of people who do dodge attacks, and, just in the regular Dominion, people are doing a lot of dodge attacks. And it just seems that, you can parry it and your damage is not enough. Say you're playing a character who doesn't have a high pressure offense. I don't know, maybe PK. Let's say you're playing PK or something. You don't have a high pressure offense. A lot of people aren't going to respect the offense from a PK. Let's just be honest. You're not really respecting the PK's offense. She's little. She doesn't do a lot of damage. So if she's parrying, your dodge heavy from Shaolin or something, it's not going to do anything. You're just going to keep doing what you want to do. So I think what they're doing is they're trying to make it where even the heroes who don't have a high pressure offense still have a chance to do something. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I agree with the change because it not only allows people to get more executions, but if you think about it, in reality, the people who have the better dodge attacks, quote unquote, they're all lights. They're all lights anyway. Orochi's got a really good one. He's probably one of the higher used characters in the game. His is a light and it's undodgeable. So the changes are gonna be too much for him. You got, just a various, amount of different characters. You got Berserker, his is undodgeable. It's not really gonna affect him, and it's a light. So you got a lot of the characters who are the better dodge attacks in the game are already still light, so it's not gonna affect them. It's more so the Kensei spammers they're trying to come after. He's infamous for his delayed dodge heavies and how he can just keep spamming it and you can't GB him out of it. And you got Shaman, how you can't really feint and throw a GB. That mix-up is off the table if they're going to do any kind of dodge attack because it's going to go through. So it's kind of like, all right, well, if I can't stop you and I don't have a crush and counter hero where I'm going to get a little bit of extra damage, like, for example, Highlander, you're just going to keep doing whatever you want to do. You're just going to keep doing what you ever do. By the way, if you see the clips, they're not the testing grounds. It's just because I didn't really get any crazy gameplay out of that. It's just, like I said, nobody was throwing any of those attacks, and so. But the big part that everybody's worried about is the parrying of light parry on dodge attacks. They're worried about people like Kensei, how his is a heavy, but he's getting light parried. you shouldn't be throwing it like that. Like you are now, and you're getting away with a lot of bullshit with it. JJ, his is pretty good, but most people don't really throw the heavy version. They just soft feint it anyway. So now if I catch you in either one, I think that's fair, because if you can soft feint a dodge attack and it's unreactable, I mean, how much more power do you need in a hero who's already a heavy, who already has Bastion, who already has some of the highest health in the game, who has some, you have a lot going for you. So I think you do need to be light parried, in the sense that you deserve to be light parried. If you're going to sit here and soft feint a dodge attack over and over and over and over and over, and then you want to throw it one time and it's a heavy, and I catch it, and now I only get a heavy parry. No, I think that's kind of stupid. I do think that you should be parried, light parried. You got Tiani. You're able to cancel your dodge attack. I think you should be light parried too. I mean, you move around so much, you're throwing a lot of lights. It's not gonna really affect you anyway, because most of them don't throw it. Then you got what's her name? War Mommy. It's an unblockable. You can feint an unblockable on dodge attack. Let's not act like the tracking is terrible. It's not terrible tracking either. So, it's not like these attacks are, oh, they're gonna be useless and they're just messing the game up. It's not even the case. It's just something different, and people just don't like it because it's different. I believe it should happen that way, because some of the ones that need to be light parries, they're just too much to deal with, especially if you're in a ganking situation. You're getting ganked, and a Warmonger decides, I'm just going to throw my side dodge attack that's unblockable, and I can feint it and GB you out of it. I'm just going to keep popping it on your screen over and over again. I think you should be parried. You should be light parried for that. There should be some kind of consequences for you doing that. At this point, it's really not too many consequences for those who have a heavy dodge attack. It's not really too many consequences. They can just do it willy-nilly, and you're only going to land a light out of it. Maybe a chain, maybe. But for the most part, you're not really doing much. So I think, you should be light parried. The dodge attacks with the guys who have the static guards, I think, if I remember right, it's usually the vanguards. Were they able to dodge and block at the same time? That was pretty annoying, especially if you have a undodgeable attack and he's just gonna hold his guard one way, dodge the other, and he's just getting both the best worlds. It was kind of stupid. I'm not gonna lie. And I play Shinobi. I know how to play every character in the game, but it's just certain heroes that kind of stick with me, that I enjoy playing a lot more than other heroes. But I do actually go play every other character and try it out and see how it feels. And I think honestly the gameplay is going to be changing. The meta is definitely going to change. If they do implement it, I think they should implement it. But if they do, I think that the meta is definitely going to change, because you're not going to sit here and dodge attack out of every single mix-up. But that's just my thoughts on how it goes, man. If you guys have any thoughts, anything different, go ahead and drop it down below in the comments, man. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe button. Appreciate it, man. I don't wrap it up for you. I don't sugarcoat it for you. I'll get this shit to you, Rob, man. Thank y'all for coming out.